Amane and Mahiru were finally dating. Though it could be summarized in one simple sentence, Amane's heart was overwhelmed with emotions, making it difficult for him to think clearly. After Mahiru returned to her apartment the night after their confession, Amane found himself in a dreamy haze, feeling restless. He now shared a special bond with his first love, the girl he had fallen head over heels for, and it made him ecstatic. They had met just over half a year ago, but to Amane, it felt like a very long time. Since the beginning of the new year, he had realized his feelings for Mahiru and had spent about 4 months longing for her. The saying goes that first love bears no fruit, but in their case, it seemed different. They were together now, and Amane was happy, but he had no experience and didn't know how to act around her the following day. That night, joy and apprehension kept Amane awake, leaving him sleep-deprived when he welcomed Mahiru into his apartment the next day. "Good morning," Mahiru greeted him, smiling awkwardly. It was a school holiday, and Mahiru often visited before they started dating. But the new relationship made the distance between them seem larger. Usually, Mahiru would make herself at home, but today she seemed tense, and Amane was even more nervous. He mumbled a quiet, "morning," and they sat on the living room sofa, leaving a wider-than-usual space between them. Mahiru noticed his sleepiness, and Amane explained that he had been too happy to sleep. Mahiru blushed, admitting she had slept well, feeling happy and fortunate. Amane, trembling with joy, confessed he felt like a kid before a field trip, and Mahiru shyly asked if he was happy too. "Yes, of course I am," Amane replied, thrilled that the girl he liked felt the same way. He was so happy that his head couldn't stop spinning. Still, he had no idea how to act towards Mahiru, and his parents' affectionate relationship wasn't a helpful example. When Mahiru tried to lean on him, Amane instinctively stopped her, feeling embarrassed. He explained his awkwardness, and they both agreed it was embarrassing but important to be honest about their feelings. Mahiru timidly asked if she could get closer, and Amane agreed. He wanted to hug her tightly but limited himself to light cuddling to avoid embarrassment. Mahiru, happy, leaned against his arm with a joyful smile. Despite their closeness before dating, Amane felt more nervous now, realizing he lacked experience and courage. Amane worried about how to make Mahiru happy, knowing he had no idea what to do. He decided to ask her, and they both realized they had already been doing couple-like things without calling it dating. Mahiru suggested they continue as they were, focusing on their own way of dating rather than overthinking it. Feeling relieved, Amane took Mahiru's hand, and she blushed, squeezing his hand back and leaning against him. "I'm happy, just like this," Mahiru whispered. "Me too," Amane agreed, enjoying the warmth and closeness they shared. As they sat together, Amane reflected on their journey. Just over half a year ago, they were strangers. But now they were inseparable. Mahiru's gentle nature and kindness had drawn him in, and his quiet support and care had made her feel safe. They had built a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding. And now, as a couple, they could continue to grow together. Mahiru looked up at Amane, her eyes filled with affection. "You know, Amane, even before we started dating, you always made me feel special. You've been my rock, my support, and my best friend. I'm so grateful for you." Amane's heart swelled with love. "Mahiru, you've brought so much joy into my life. Your smile, your laughter, your kindness, everything about you makes me want to be a better person. I promise to cherish and protect you always." They sat in comfortable silence, holding hands and enjoying each other's presence. The initial awkwardness began to fade as they realized that their relationship didn't need to change drastically. They could continue being themselves, supporting and loving each other in their unique way. As the day turned into evening, they decided to cook dinner together. In the kitchen, they moved with a familiar ease, laughing and teasing each other as they prepared their meal. After dinner, they settled on the sofa, watching a movie. Mahiru leaned her head on Amane's shoulder, and he wrapped his arm around her. The warmth and comfort they felt in each other's arms were perfect, and they knew they were exactly